For the first time this season, the BIRL GT3 Challenge Cup gets underway with a pre-season test from the Summit Point Raceway here around this short, tricky little road course track. It's a nice place to start the season for our teams and drivers as they hit the grid and the pavement for the first time this year. 7 or 8, I think, manufacturers are represented in this class of racing this year. It's our first ever road series. It's our inaugural event here, and we're going to get these guys out on track shortly for a half an hour test session. See who's got the most pace within their cars and who's going to be going towards the top of the timings in this first test. Race info is as follows. There you can see the track length of 3.20 kilometers, 31 degrees. Again, it's an absolutely stunning day here at Summit Point. A 51% chance of rain though, 50% chance probably won't come. Partly cloudy, a few clouds just in the air with 17 km/h winds. Here we are in the United States of America, in Virginia, and should be a wonderful day to go racing. Cars and drivers are hitting the track then as we speak. We're going to get the timing screen up in a minute. We're going to get a tower up for you guys. But yeah, once again, it should be a really nice little event today. This could be a really promising series, so I hope you guys enjoy. We're going to run through pretty much everything we did last time, this time just for the road course guys. As we get the timing tower up there, you can see the kind of, see the old F1 style ticker in the top corner. Jake Richardson goes second fastest in his BMW at the moment, but there you can see the ticker currently right now. Let's go on board then with a guy who's going to be an interesting point of discussion for this year's championship, I feel. We're going to head over to MJ Motorsports and we're going to go and look at this man right here. This is Nathan Stapleton driving that Lamborghini GT3 Hurricane Rana. Oh, it's a beautiful car, aren't they? They make a wonderful noise as well. Staple takes the second of the MJ Motorsports string this year with Mac himself driving the 012. Staple takes the 013 as he's going to look to set down a benchmark here. Early on in the season, there we see the bottom left of the screen. You can see that graphic there. Nathan Strickland's actually just gone fastest in his Yo Red Bull Autosport Audi. As the times start to come in, then we're going to go with Nathan Stapleton for a lap here. Then, so you can see what Summit Point is like as a racetrack. I remember only using it as a testing venue this year. Stapleton hits the line. Then let's see what he can do on his first lap for MJ Motorsports. He's behind the West Surrey racing car of Jake Richardson at the moment, who's just gone to the top with a very good lap early on this session, a 1:09.9. But I think we will see faster as this session progresses. But Stapleton's going to take the next turn here. See him driving through the track. This is a lovely sweeping left-hand corner. A lot of drivers can get it wrong there if they dip it in the grass on the outside of the that corner there. I've seen them lose it before. Seeing them when they can spin out. Let's hope no one does that today. Yep, they can bring these cars home all in one piece because they're all looking beautifully designed. As Alpha Woods has gone second, and now Nathan Strickland to the top. Let's see what Stapleton can put in here on his lap time. Going through this kind of S's section into the last turn across this straightaway for a nice undulating downhill bend to finish off the lap. So drivers just getting in their benchmark times here. Stapleton, where is he going to put that car? Right now, he hits the start-finish line. And it's fourth fastest for the MJ Motorsports driver. Good lap from Staple as these guys get in their early laps right now. Currently, the fastest then, right now, is Max Anderson for the Shimamura Grand Prix ex-Good Smile Racing team. This is a really late entry into the season. Both these guys came in late. They've turned up. They've managed to bring this Mercedes AMG GT3 to the racetrack. They've got it in good nick, in a good condition, and they're to the top of the standings early on in the session. So good to see them. They, obviously got their cars well prepared for a title challenge. He's now going to cross the line on this lap. Let's see what he can get. Remember that last lap was his fastest lap. So he goes this time, and he goes faster. He improves his time. Max Anderson, take a bow, my son. To the top of the standings. He extends that gap over Alpha Woods in second, also driving a Mercedes. So the Mercs are showing pretty good early pace at this racetrack for sure. Looks to maybe favour their cars. We'll see if that's a trend that's going to continue over the season. But everyone out on track apart from Nonagon Scott at the moment, who hasn't hit the track and for Velocita Energia. Probably not pronounced that right at all. I will work on that pronunciation. The only Ferrari team on the grid. See, we've got for a whole load of manufacturers here. Let's go on to another one. This is the only Audi team competing in this year's championship so far. Yo Red Bull Racing, Latham Roger Strickland. Currently running P4. The R8 LMS car looking very nice, that Red Bull sponsorship. Colton Yost striking up a good relationship with Red Bull as a sponsor. Will come on to sponsor their cars in the GT3 Challenge Cup and also in the BIRL Cup Series as well. Mac Johnson and Nathan Stapleton go second and third fastest. The MJ Motorsports cars getting a good tune out of their respective Lamborghinis. Nice job from them. As we see the 05 go and take a corner round here again. Lathan's going to be looking for a good start to his season. Where can he find himself in this pre-season test? I'm going to go through a few more graphics here as we're going to go on board with, I believe, Tango Wolf here for the Howling Wolf Autosport. Barney Bell to the top of the leaderboard actually. Before we focus on Tango, let's go with Barney, and West Surrey Racing has just set the fastest lap of the test session. Barney Bell for West Surrey Racing. Nice looking car there, the number 4. For the BMW GT3 prototype car. Nice job from him. It does look very nice, don't they, those Beamers? See what Barney can find this season. One of the more experienced campaigners going in this year's GT3 Challenge Cup. In his early 30s. Still got a long career ahead of him, that's for sure. But we've got a few younger guys here, but experience is paying key right now, and he's to the top of the testing standings so far. While we're on board with Barney, we're going to go for a few more of our graphics here. We have, of course, we've got this pit lane graphic here that's not really working. We've got a penalty graphic in case we want to penalise anyone this year, which is fun. So that's interesting graphic that we can use. We've got the class display graphic as well. This sector's graphic is going to be really useful. You can see there where Max Anderson in second place has lost time to Barney Bell at the front of the field. In qualifying, that's going to be really useful to see where drivers are maybe losing a bit of time and where they're not losing any time. So clearly that's going to be very useful across the season. You go for the lap time history here as well. See that lap 3 from Barney Bell was brilliant stuff there. His lap 4 not quite as quick, but getting into the rhythm and things here is Barney at the moment. So we also have that graphic as well. The time delta, look at that. It's a complex graphic. I haven't quite got the the nick of understanding that just yet, but it's a very nice graphic indeed. As I forgot to change the practice time again. I really must remember to do that because we forgot to do it again. Again here. I have to remember to change that. Remind me next time. But yeah, we've got all those graphics again, very similar to the graphics we saw in the BIRL Cup Series. Not too distant. Of course, we've got the track map there. You can see in your right hand side of your screen. Again, it all works really quite nicely and well. So thanks to the guys over at SDK Gaming. Once again, the credit does go to them for this beautiful graphics system we have set up here. Great job to them, and full credit goes for this timing system they have got set up. But currently in the top 5 it is BMW, Mercedes, Lamborghini, Lamborghini, Mercedes. So those are kind of what you're looking at in terms of the early pace right now. As John Kennington had a moment here. I'm just going to see, because his last lap time was a 2 minute 12. Unless he was going to pit lane, of course. We're just going to see here. Doubt it, but we'll go take back a look here on the replay. Just want to see, because you know these drivers can make errors. They might be AI drivers, but they can make errors. And Kennington had a really slow last lap. He's either on an out lap, coming out of the pits, or he is coming out of the pits. Okay, that's my fault. Barney Bell's still at the top of this standings here. Here's John Kennington, 40 years old. John Kennington, experience. What a veteran he is. Ford GT car, Kennington Racing. Again, another late entry into the championship of that 48 Ford GT. Beautiful car, great sounding car as well. They are a bit outdated, has to be said, compared to these other cars on the grid, but they still are showing some pace. Jeremy Baylor's definitely showcasing that with a P8 right now, just not up to the standard that some of these other drivers are early on in the session. Who should we take a lap with? We were going to highlight Tango Wolf, and we rudely cut away from him. We will give the Howling Wolf Autosport driver his requested showtime though. The only team fielding McLarens on the grid this year, but they do look very slick and very nice indeed. Tango Wolf driving that 09 car and the 90 car to Lando Norris. Bringing over that McLaren relationship that we're seeing. Let's go on board then for a lap around Summit Point with Tango Wolf here. Going to go to the cockpit screen. Let's see. So off the final turn we go then with Tango Wolf. And down the front stretch. Let's go on board with a lap here. Up through the gears he goes. Down the front straight away. And across the start-finish line. He's going to hurtle down into turn number 1 here. Long braking zone. Definitely a key area to make mistakes. He's late on the brakes. Down the gears he goes. And turns through the corner there. Gets a good exit. Making the car nice and wide. As he looks to clip the grass there. Going to enter this corner nice and wide. Get onto that little rumble strip there and turn in. Sweeping hand corner. Try not to run wide. Try not to get in that gravel on the outside trap then. And down into this next section we go. It's downhill from here. Slow section of the track. Slow winding corners. But he's navigating them quite well. Max Anderson in front of him. You can see there. Good exit. Making the car get that nice drive off the turn. Clipping the apexes there. Through the S's they go. And then through this turn as well. Down onto the power. Out of this turn. And down the straightaway we go into the final turn here. Let's see what sort of lap Tango can get here. Round the final turn. Again, just trying to get into that corner nice and early. Runs wide on exit. Let's see where he goes. What sort of time is Tango Wolf going to get? It's going to be a 1:10.01. Not the finest of laps there from Tango. But there's a lap round Summit Point for all of you. And Tango currently in P10 as of right now. Going to highlight another driver here. This is Alpha Woods for Alpha Motorsports. Look at those Mercedes AMGs. They look absolutely brilliant. The 926 car, sponsored by Vodafone. They look very nice. And Alpha Motorsports currently running in 5th and 9th. Those two Mercedes cars they're representing this year. They do look very, very beautiful indeed. Credit to Alpha for the design of these cars. They look very nice. And I'm going to cross the start finish line here and try and get in a lap as Barney Bell continues to lead the way as of right now. Jeremy Baylor's had a pretty slow lap last time, 1 minute 12. He's 8. He's currently the highest Ford GT for NS Racing, who's a free car team coming into this year's championship. They're fielding Baylor, the Monster Energy GT, and then Burnt Nilsson and Code Red as well. A little bit down the order at this early point. They're looking to improve their laps as we reach the halfway point of this session. NS Racing Might need just to quickly pick up the pace here early on, but 8th right now for their highest driver, that's Jeremy Baylor. Next team we're going to highlight then, I think it's the only team we haven't gone to so far, and it's the Ferrari team of Velocita Energia. Again, I'm going to have to pronounce that name multiple times this year. We'll get used to it eventually. And one of their drivers here, this is Nonigan Scott in the Lucky Strike Ferrari 488 GT3. Another really nice scheme. Nonigan going to try and wheel this Ferrari round the GT3 Challenge Cup scene this year. Number 86 on board. Should be a fun year for this team. They're going to look to pick up points in as many races as they can. Currently half a second off the pace, so Nonigan's going to have to try and pick that up. His teammate is in 18th as well, so an early struggle for Nonigan right now, but he's going to hit the start-finish line. Can he improve his time on this lap? He won't. Again, in the 110s right now, not quite ideal for what Nonigan was really looking for. Jake Richardson with a pretty poor lap then, 1 minute 12. So I'm just trying to look for these laps here, because I can guarantee there is probably cars that have had a moment. Let's go back with Richardson, see what he had to deal with. Maybe some lap traffic, potentially. Or did he have a moment? Let's go on board with the West Surrey Racing driver, see what happened here on his lap. So he had a really bad lap, or he's just had a moment somewhere. We're going to take a look. He might not have had a moment, but we're searching here for something that might have happened to Jake Richardson. Oh, and there we go. Okay, very interesting stuff here. Nathan Stapleton and Jake Richardson side by side. Contact between both of them. And around goes the MJ Motorsports car into the grass and off the racetrack. That is the corner where there's, going to be incidents, I feel. Let's go back here and watch again. Stapleton and Richardson having a moment in testing. Richardson had a really nice save, actually. Let's go on board here again with Stapleton. So he just got it all wrong. And around he went. The Lamborghini Hurricane Runner stays and goes around, but stays out the walls. So Stapleton shouldn't be too disheartened with that. We're going to have a few more angles here. See, they're racing out the turn here. Going to go on board now, I believe, with the blimp cam. See them racing through the turn here. Just slightly moved across there. You can say Richardson maybe thought he was clear and he wasn't. He did kind of cut across the Lamborghini's nose, but look at the drift on Richardson. He saved it really nicely, but unfortunately for Stapleton, he went around and into the gravel. Let's just go on our final onboard here with Richardson. Just going to go on board, see the save that he made, because it was a great save, I feel, from Richardson, but maybe he was just a little bit too clear, wasn't quite clear enough, and that's what caused him to go round. Oh, brilliant driving from Jake Richardson. He really saved that car nicely, but that's what caused him to have a moment there. Richardson currently sits 7th in the standings. Top 5 has had a bit of a shake-up though. Welcome into the top 5, Aki Shimamura and JP Steele. They've gone in and broken into the top 5 here. Aki's another West Surrey Racing driver. Their cars look really nice at this early stage in the season. The Japanese driver making a BIRL GT3 Challenge Cup debut here. And look, that car looks very nice indeed. The kind of white BMW Motorsport themed ride. And his last lap was the fastest. Aki in P3 right now for West Surrey Racing, but still a 10th off Barney Bell, who's obviously putting a really nice lap time here and is holding off the challengers right now. So it's Aki who came into 3rd. JP Steele was the one coming into 4th. And Jesus Christ, Leo Suarez clearing himself there. The Alpha Motorsports driver wasn't clearing. Aki was not going to have any of that. Now these are going to be side by side. Will the 10 give it up? Are they going to give up position here? Are we going to see another Stapleton moment? Shimamura thinks better of it. Allows the 10 car past. No, he doesn't. He's now going to look to the inside. Doesn't quite get there. Oh, and he's now got... Oh, he's got it wrong. He did get it wrong. Eventually, did not happen for him. And Aki Shimamura goes around in that kind of area that we thought he was going to go on. Another spinner at that part of the track. Aki goes around, saved it low again. No damage really done to the car. But fair enough. Thought it might happen, and it did happen. Caught it on live. Shimamura goes spinning, but he'll be none for the worse for it. JP Steele is in 4th position. He's the second Red Bull Racing driver. And he's up into the top 5 here, driving the darker Red Bull car, kind of that navy blue colour that we're so accustomed to seeing with the Red Bull related cars. As Bernd Nilsson puts in his best lap of the session, gets into P12. JP's going to have to make a move here, I believe, on Code Red, who's going to be pitting anyway. JP Steele into the top 5, 2 tenths off the pace as of right now. At the moment, no one clearly improving. The best lap of the session, this fella, Barney Bell, is having an absolute stormer. He currently is top. Next driver, I think we're going to have to give some coverage to. Let's go to Bernd Nilsson for NS Racing. You'll see these cars, they look very similar. 2 cars that are basically the same. Bernd Nilsson drives the 98, Code Red in the 97, but the cars are almost identical, so keep that to look out for the rest of the season. Just was an interesting point to not get confused for you guys who are going to be watching the series this year. Don't get confused between those 2 drivers. Car coming out on the racetrack then. This is Lathan Roger Strickland. Shimamura is going to catch him again as actually going to go with Mac Johnson and Jake Richardson here. These guys following each other around. Mac into the top 5 right now for his own team, MJ Motorsports. Can Richardson get past him? I know it's only practice, just an interesting thought here. As we have 8 minutes left in the session. Thank you to all that have tuned in again. Really appreciate all the support and help that's gone into the series so far. And these guys putting on a great show, and the races are going even better. Let me tell you about that. Practice and qualifying are going to be what they're going to be, but the races is where it's going to be at. This series is going to be a heck of a load of fun when we get into the series full time across this season. So let's cut away to our scenic cam here. As we see the drivers hit the line. Good lap really from Richardson in the end. Nilsson again doing decent. As Richardson's now got past Mac Johnson, so his car obviously tuned in pretty well. On the PX end, Lando Norris, Howling Wolf Autosport, the orange McLaren, the more traditional McLaren colours of orange and black, and Lando going to be driving the car this year for Howling Wolf. Doing a nice job out on the racetrack right now. Let's get to the closing stages of the session. Can anyone top Barney Bell's time of a 109.32? Or just just under a 109.32. Currently, Max Anderson is the one who is behind him. See, by a tenth of a second. So Bell's looking very good so far. Whole 10th up on the field for West Surrey Racing and their BMW team. Leo Suarez puts in his best lap of the session into P10 for Leo Suarez and Alpha Motorsports. Good job from him. He improves on his time. Into 3rd, Lathan Roger Strickland. Here come the laps then. They are all beginning to put in some pretty decent laps, and Lathan into the top 3, joins his teammate JP Steele in the top 5. As they all continue to put down a lap. We're looking to the 109.3s and the 109.2s. If I dare say we're going to get that fast. If anyone's going to beat Barney Bell. Bell's in the pit, so he's comfortable with his lap time. Obviously gained enough data that the team wanted. And looking good as of right now. So the running order as we get to the closing stages of the session. Barney Bell out in front, a 109.5 for Max Anderson. Probably not good enough, if we're being totally honest. There's me, but I'm not in the race. We're going to go on board with Lathan Roger Strickland again. See if we can kind of get stuck on this the start-finish line here. See if anyone can improve. No, we can't. It's alright. These drivers coming down to the last 5 minutes of the session. Good opening test here. It's been a lot of fun. See the GT3 guys out on track, but the racing product is probably where this series is going to be at this season. That's when you're gonna find the best action. But practice will be 20 minutes long in the regular season, so not too long. Hopefully won't drag out too much, but the rest of these drivers just getting in their final laps, and Barney Bell looks like it's going to be the quickest on the first pre-season test. Congratulations to him, man. Great job. Over a tenth faster as well. You know, it's not like he's just out front. He's quite a way out in front. It's a very good lap time. Has to be said for Barney. As the rest of these drivers are continuing to put in these last couple of laps here. Again, we should get the series started proper. Not this weekend, but the week after. I'm going to start for the BIRL Cup Series first. So this will have another kind of off week until we kick off the season at the Daytona Road Course. Should be a lot of fun, that will be. But the BIRL Cup Series will kick off the first ever BIRL season. Thank you for tuning into this session again. We've still got 3 minutes left yet. Still got 3 minutes left. Barney Bell trying to lay down the benchmark time for West Surrey Racing. His BMWs do look fast. The current running order is a BMW, Mercedes, Audi, BMW, Audi. So the Germans hold the key to the GT3 Challenge Cup right now. Clearly got the fastest set of cars definitely for this racetrack. Barney Bell the quickest BMW, Max Anderson's the quickest Mercedes, the Lathan Roger Strickland the quickest Audi car, Matt Johnson's the quickest Lambo in the field, Jeremy Baylor in P11 the quickest Ford GT, Tango Wolf down in P13 the quickest McLaren, and the quickest Ferraris P14, that's Monaghan Scott. Has to be mentioned though, the McLarens and the Ferraris not very well represented here, if we're being totally honest. You know, we've seen a much different approach. A lot of German manufacturers, as JP Steele's going for a move here on John Kennington. Is he going to land past? Is John? He won't. Looks like the Audi's quicker than the Ford GT. Now can the two make a move? I wouldn't recommend it. Oh, look at that. Very aggressive stuff here. This is just some of the racing product I think you can expect. I know this is only a test session, but when you see this in the race as well, it's going to be really cool to watch across the season. Luke Evans with his best time of the session in possibly the last lap of the session. He doesn't improve his position though. He reigns in dead last. Not the session that Evans had really been kind of hoping for. But these guys are going to get to the start-finish line here to start their final laps. Again, really looking forward to this series. The GT3 Challenge Cup should be a lot of fun, as these drivers are going to get in their final laps of the session here. Kennington and JP Steele towards the front. 110s for both of them, so not the greatest laps I think you'll ever see. But these guys are going to have one final lap, then we'll get the results hopefully up for you. And yeah, that should be all she wrote for this session, and that will lead us nicely into the season proper. Round this turn for the final time for JP Steele and the Audi R8 LMS. We're hoping to put that car in victory lane a few times this season, that's for sure. Tango Wolf puts his best lap of the session along with Luke Evans. They get in their best laps on this last lap to go 11th and 17th respectively. Good job from them. And that rounds off this session then. The 30 minutes is up. And I'm going to get these results hopefully up on screen for you shortly. Quickly into here. Go here. That should finish the session. And hopefully we should be able to pick up the results as practice comes to an end. See qualifying on there, but you should just ignore that for now. We're going to hide the timing tower. Or maybe we aren't going to hide the timing tower. Fair enough. Just trying to get in the results and practice here, but I don't think we're actually going to get them. Let's try going to the next session again and see what we can find. Aha, here we go. Practice overall results. So I'm going to pause that in the background. There we have it. That is the official classification for the Summit Point pre-season test. Top of the leaderboard, Barney Bell with a lap time. See where your driver finished there. For context, Barney was the fastest, and that rounds off a successful test session for us all. Thank you all so much once again for watching. Look forward to seeing you guys for the Cup Series action soon, and thank you all once more for your incredible support. Cheers guys, see you soon.